didn't make sense to me at first how in the natural, someone that could leave a place of their origin, God, because the Father represents God, and go and waste it all and come to himself and say this: my Father's hired servants have bread enough to spare. Y'all missed that. Y'all missed that. And you say, well, this is all there is to God. There can be no more with God because I've wasted my opportunity. But he realized, wait a minute, I can go back. Something hit him. Even though he got his portion, he knew there was more. God Almighty. My Father's house, the hired servants had bread enough and to spare. I'm going back there. And I'm going to say, Father, I've sinned against you and am no longer worthy to be called your son. Hand me that plaque. I'm standing up on the platform at Fort Valley State yesterday. Hold on a second. Me, this little white man, in a sea of black people. I'm standing up there and they're reading, Greg, 5 people are getting the Trailblazers award. I'm sorry. I'm standing there going, what am I doing? Presidents. I was president of the Budweiser Association, does that matter? What am I? What am I doing? It's my knee. I promised my knees were shaking. I thought I was going to faint. The place was packed. I'm about to fall out right now. I wanted to faint. That way they could drag me off and I have to read my little bit. I thought, what am I doing standing next to these? There's a senator on the other side of me, and it's me in the middle. Y'all ain't getting this. I am thinking, what is going on? Chaplain to presidents, senator, and me. You feel it, don't you? That's right. And I'm thinking, I thought, I'm not even worthy to be on this platform right here. Educators and people rubbing shoulders with presidents and governments and all this stuff. Y'all ain't hearing me. And they hand me this plaque right here. Hold on a second. Because it doesn't represent me. It represents this whole church and the staff and leadership. I don't take this award like it's mine. I did it. I didn't do nothing. It's just the vision of what God places in a people that realize, wait a minute, whoa. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy to be able to take on the nature that God has given me. I ain't talking about a sinful nature, because we all got sinful natures in us. I'm not talking about, a reprobate nature and all these things that we have the ability to go out and just sin any moment. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about what God has ingrained in everybody in this room, that you can find yourself standing in a place that you're not even qualified for, but God can place you there because you know the origin, baby. You know where you came from. I said, God, I give you all the glory. I give you all the honor. I give you all the praise, because I realize it's more than just my portion. There's more back at the house. Now watch, I'm done. Watch. When he came to himself, he said, how many of my father's hired servants? And I couldn't understand this till yesterday. Is when he comes back. I'm telling somebody this. The father says to him, bring Wait a minute now. You didn't see the devil done blinded your mind to something. He lost his identification, which distorted his purpose. Until he goes back to the Father. The Father says, bring me the best. Well, I thought he spent it. Wait, what? I thought his present state of existence was now over. Give him my livelihood. God releases it. Not just to him, but to the brother. This is good. And he gets back and he says, the Father says, bring me the best robe. Whoa. You mean there's more to my present state of existence that caused me to lose my identification of who I am? That's distorted the purpose that God has for my life. When God says, bring the best robe, Corey. Put a ring on his finger. Shoes on his feet. Kill the fatted calf. Kill what's been prepared beforehand before he came back. Just waiting on him to come back. Kill that fatted calf. Now watch now. The brother comes up. The devil blinds your mind. You lose your identification. Not just in the pig pen. You can lose your identification because of jealousy, pride, all that stuff. Watch. The brother comes up. Hears the noise in the house. And the Bible said he got mad. He wouldn't go in. He was pouting. I ain't going in there. The Father comes out to him. Look how God is. In our stubbornness, in our resistance, the Father always pursues us. Because he knows the capability and ability and the gifting and what's really in you not to be wasted. Now you watch. The Father comes out and says, hey son, come on. Let's go in and celebrate. He says, I can't believe you, Father. Your son took the livelihood, the present state of existence, and went and wasted it on riotous living. And now you're throwing him a party? Because our natural man can't receive the things of the Spirit. Well, why shouldn't he throw him a party? That's who he was before he left. God. So you mean his circumstances changed who he was? Not in God's eyes. He was still the son who came from the origin of everything he needed, though the son thought he was giving everything he needed before he left, but it was just the present state of his existence. Because God said something to that other son. He said, son, you've been with me the whole time. Now watch, don't miss this. And he said, all that I have is yours. No. Hold, y'all didn't get that. He brings both them boys together and gives them their livelihood. But now, in the return of the younger, the older now can't see what's always been there for him because he's in the smoke. But the younger brother came to himself and said, I'm not going to stay in the smoke. I'm coming out of the smoke to the other side, to where God said, son, wait a minute, where you've been standing, all this, say all, that I have has been yours. But you couldn't see it because the devil stole your identification and distorted and delayed your purpose to destroy it. What are you talking about? I'm talking about, he said all. The word all there is the whole. W-H-O-L-E. All manner of. So everything that God has for me is not limited into my present state of existence. I've got to understand there is more on the other side of my present state of my circumstances. But some of our circumstances has relegated us to a place of lost identity that we don't know who we are. Because in Luke chapter 13, verse 11, when Jesus walked to the synagogue, he saw a woman bowed over for 18 years. He said, "Woman, thou art loosed." And when she got loosed, everybody got jealous. And Jesus said, "Wait a minute, ought not this woman, a daughter of Abraham, be healed on the Sabbath?" What the devil robs from you is your identification of your right to the whole inheritance, not to just a portion. For God says, now you have a right of being identified with a Father who owns it all. So why are you limiting yourself on what you got right now and think that is all there is to it? I want you to stand up.